Volunteers, oye. Can I go and sit down? You're not proud to be volunteers?
Yeah.
You're not happy to see your grandmother volunteer here?
Yeah.
Okay, volunteers, oye.
Oye.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lillian. Protocol observed. They have done an immense job. Though it is still an unfinished business, can we kindly ask our bosses to clap for our volunteers? I'm proud of you people, both the national and international volunteers. I know we have been there in class, outside class, in clinical area, in the communities. We are advocates. We are there with the ministry, the state ministry, with Sanama. I know we are all over. And this is the call we came to serve. It is the best time to give ourselves a credit that we are gathered here to say thank you to all of you. We know the volunteers don't talk of hardship because they are chosen by God.
Amen.
They serve from their hearts. It's the inner will that has driven us, and we serve those who are most in need, who need us. That's why I say we are the most important people in the world.
Yes.
And I am proud to also say that I think more than half of the volunteers serving across the world are women. It is an indicator that women are the best volunteers. The men can argue, but I'm standing for that.
Yes.
I know we have volunteered throughout our lives. I also want to recognize the effort of another important volunteer. She's not a UN volunteer, but she is volunteering everywhere. You will find her in AMREF, in Ministry of Health, at UNFPA, and also at the college. She still serves. She walks to work. Lucia, can you stand up? Janet and Gillian will bear me witness that Lucia is a volunteer right now who does not have a volunteer living allowance, but she comes to work. She told me, I think this is the best time of service. She feels even more energy when she was earning. She wakes up in the morning knowing that she's going to serve her people. Because much as she comes from Kenya, she's married in South Sudan, so she's a South Sudanese. I want to acknowledge the efforts of all the national volunteers that you are going to remain here to continue serving your people. I am proud of you, and I'm happy to have trained some of you. I'm happy to have worked with some of you, and I still relate with all of you, and I'm proud to be called a mother by all of you. My day has gone well, and I want to thank you so much for your support from the ministry, UNDP, UNV, UNFPA, plus our donors that you have pushed us on. It has been a time well spent in our job. I want to regret my stay in Juba, my stay in South Sudan, and it has been the best job I have offered in my life. Thank you so much. Can we stand up and clap for ourselves? Gillian, can you come and give this? Because I need a clap.
So let's go. She's giving a big clap, so.
So many individuals who have dedicated the time and energy to help reduce preventable death of mothers and babies and to provide quality health services to women and children in South Sudan. I praise you for the work, recognizing that you often work tirelessly in challenging situations to improve maternal and newborn health. In South Sudan, as we've heard from Wilfred, maternal mortality rates remain unacceptably high, while the uptake of contraceptive methods remain extremely low. So women and girls have very little to no agency to make decisions over their own bodies and are often victims of sexual and gender-based violence. Since midwives could provide close to 90% of essential sexual and reproductive health services and prevent 2/3 of maternal death, Canada has been a strong supporter of midwifery in South Sudan. The government and the people of Canada are pleased to be supporting the government of South Sudan through UNFPA to strengthen midwifery and increase the number of midwives practicing in South Sudan. Under the leadership of the Ministry of Health and in partnership with the International Medical Corps and the Canadian Association of Midwives, we have worked together to change the landscape of sexual and reproductive health and increase the number of skilled health professionals, particularly midwives and nurses across South Sudan. We have also worked together to strengthen midwifery associations, regulations, and education in South Sudan. It is also important for midwives to work with others and a team to provide emergency obstetrics and newborn care. So we are also pleased to be supporting the deployment of obstetrician and gynecologist advisors. UN volunteer midwives are supporting all of these efforts across the country. I would like to thank you deeply for giving your time and energy to reducing maternal and newborn death and providing quality care to women and children in South Sudan. During my travels in South Sudan, I have witnessed firsthand the professionalism and dedication of the UN volunteers, and I have seen the positive impact that you have on the communities that you serve. So again, congratulations to you all for your work here in South Sudan. Thank you very much.
Volunteers, I greet you all in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And those of you who are fasting, I say salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Are you fasting now? Ramadan Kareem, those who are fasting. So it's a great pleasure again to stand in this forum. It's a forum for coming together, sharing experiences, and planning for the next year. A lot has been said about your work as volunteers, and of course, you are in most of the states in South Sudan. You've been doing good work. I assume so. Of course, I know the challenges that you're working in sometimes makes it difficult for you actually to provide the complete care that you would have wanted. I would like to thank our donors, especially Canada and Sweden, for supporting this program, and UNDP office, because when we first started, 2009, we had launched the Investing in Midwifery, and UNDP representative, I forgotten her name, she was a female, Lisa Grant, yeah. Lisa Grant saw it on the TV and she came to UNDP and said, what's happening? Why aren't you asking for UNDP volunteers to be here, midwives? So that program was started, and I think the first money was from Australia. 2010, we had the first. It has been going on, it has been doing very well. At that time, we had the 10 states, and we made sure that there is a UNDP in a state. It was quite large. But that also, that group, they had to work with the counties, they had to plan with the ministries. Their work was much broader, but it helped the ministry actually in spearing midwifery services to the country. I want to say thank you for all that support which came from you, from UNDP. Now let me go to our UNP. You've been working. One of, as you work, you're not only a midwife, you're actually a public health nurse, because you've got to talk about hygiene, you've got to talk about nutrition, you've got to talk about all environmental care. This, of course, places you in a strategic position to change society and to mold people actually to look towards health and change their behaviors. Even the behaviors, we are talking of early marriage. Why are girls not going to school? I hope some of you are participating in the talks on the radio. Why are girls kept at home? To change the attitude of the community. I've always told you, go to the community and be with the community. Live in the community, live with the people and eat with the people. As you have worked, maybe I would like to ask you one question. What legacy have you left? When you leave, will the community remember you and say, when so and so was here, he used to be? What legacy are you leaving behind? So may you continue to volunteer. And I want to say thank you for all those, for the work that you have done. Thank you for the campaigns and continue to be campaigning. And may God bless you. I now declare the workshop.
Because someone changed. This one you will never really diversify. Diversify yourself. For you to diversify yourself, you need to make decisions about which you look. You have 1,000 areas you can grow in. True or false? Out of that 1,000, which is the one thing I want to change right now? What do I need to diversify to be able to be good at that? Simple. Diversify, change something. Now that you diversify and you have an action plan, all you must do to implement the action plan is to what? Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Develop! Give him a high five! Boom! Develop! You are all just, you don't trust that. All right? So everybody, you must discover how you see yourself. And you must discuss with others how they see you. You must diversify what? Your areas of potential growth. And then you must what? Develop.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you throw more light on diversify?
Diversify.
After you discuss.
After you discuss with people how, so this is how you see yourself, isn't it? You've discussed with people and you know how they see you. So you've seen your areas of potential growth, either here or there. And you take a decision and say, I want to grow in this area. For you to grow in that area, you must diversify yourself. How you behave, your behaviors and attitude. You must decide to stop some things or do some things more. Or learn some things. That is the diversification. Diversify is for you to go through a process of change. It is not that you are changing yourself. No. Your instinctive self, your personality, you are not changing you. No. You are taking decisions on changing your attitudes, behaviors, how you respond to situations, which energies you apply to each situation and which not. Yes. Now we will take examples around this and exemplify it shortly, but I want you to quickly get up, have some 7 minutes, walk around, dance to some music, grab some tea, very quickly. Don't worry, the tea will be there, the snacks will still be there even after. And then 10 minutes for that, and then let's do a quick examples, and I'll give you the results of this. Because at the end of the day, you can take a journey into Mount Kilimanjaro or go on sabbatical for 6 months to try to discover yourself. Human beings go through life like for the questionnaire so that you can know how you see yourself. And we can take examples and attitudes. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, very.
The workshop is really over now. You can go home. No. Please grab some. 10 minutes break. 10 minutes to bring them back in. Thank you very much. Yes, I am Volunteer Victor.
Volunteer Victor.
We are going to test the 4-dimension development. We're going to test it. First dimension is to discover how you see
myself.
yourself.
Yes.
The second one is
How other see myself?
the third one
This is
diverse areas of potential growth. And the fourth one is
love.
So, to do this, we're going to play a simple game. Yeah, I was speaking like that so that you know that your hands need to be a bit free. So, we're going to play a simple game. And you need to be in teams. Teams of 4. Nicely gender balanced teams of 4.
Okay.
So everybody get into teams of 4. 1 of each color. So everybody will have 4 cards. 1 of each color like this. You can go back into your team, then I'll give you the next instruction. They're not enough. I don't know what's happening.
Because you're putting on the red.
There are more cards, don't worry at all. Everybody has a set of cards.
Yes.
We are going to play a game. Vertically. Since people are not looking at me while I'm saying this, I'm wondering. You are supposed to be reading the front of the card, this side. Are we okay? Not the back, because the back is all the same.
The form.
Okay? Good. Now listen very carefully. This exercise, don't do it yet, but what I'm telling you, to arrange how you see yourself vertically, when you read the words on the card, on the balance of probabilities,
Yes.
if you weigh the words on it, all of it, I think this is the one
The
that
first one.
describes me the most.
Okay.
I put it there. Then the next one,
This one.
then the next one, and then the fourth one.
And then
They
the last
will all
one.
fit into your hand like that,
Okay.
with the highest on top.
On
Are we
top.
okay?
Yes.
This is what is called vertical. Role models, yes. Clients, your clients may be here. Or some of your clients may be here. Your colleagues may be here. What siblings? Okay, let's say siblings may be here. Maybe your spouses, some of you, your spouses are on your side. Some spouses like being down. Hello. So some spouses like being down. You are all they can also be on this side. So it looks like the only constant are the spouses and the potential spouses. Or the quasi spouses. They can be on all sides.
Depending.
Your parents, you look up to your parents. Even look for your enemies. Make them your frenemies. Your friends and your frenemies. You know what you start realizing, colleagues, what you start realizing is that you can have so many of these people, list them down. Go to them and say, hello. This is an essay I have written about myself. I'd like you to kindly read it and give me your feedback on page number what? 8. You can read through that table. Let them write as many as they want. It may be instead of 2 statements they agree with, they can tick on page 5 and 6 all the statements they agree with, the ones they don't agree with or are not sure. And then have some time to what? Have conversations with them. Go on that quest and do it with as many people as possible. And this will give you your 360-degree assessment of yourself. And you will see Clarity 4D gives you the logo, clear, colorful conversations.
That is Clarity 4D. 3 C's.
Now, what are the B's? What is B5?
Wait, take your time. So this is your assignment number 1. Are we okay? I'll repeat the other assignments for you. But when you are doing all of these things, there is a power in perception. Some of you are saying, yeah, no, we don't know this person too much to give feedback. But it's okay. Because we all have perceptions about each other. Everybody say perception. Perception. You have perception about yourself and other people have perception about you. Say perception. 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 Your perception may be right or wrong. Nobody cares.
First impression.
The most important thing is that you must understand it is your perception.
Yes.
First impression.
There's nothing right or wrong in this world. It is just what you decide it to be. It is your definition of the reality of things you have seen, and you say, this is perception, and I have decided to go this way. There's this story of a young lady who went home. It was a very nice 2 or 3 bedroom, but it's a 2-floor, building. Nice little mansion, 2-bedroom mansion. And she went home, and then she entered. She got into a room and heard some noise. The room was quite a bit, but she went upstairs, hoping to see the husband up there. Why are people laughing? With this past thing people have put on all these sides. All of you just want to corrupt me. Spouses are up and down. So she went upstairs to their bedroom. And right in their bedroom, she saw 4 feet under the blanket.
4 feet.
4 feet. Ah, yes.
I'm waiting for you to sink in. She saw 1 feet, 2 feet. That is one human being. Another feet, another feet.
That is another human being.
With filters. And without. And she says, oh goodness. She started boiling with anger.
Yeah.
She went downstairs. She went and picked a bat. Went upstairs to the room and started bam, bastard of a man. Bam, start clobbering. Just bam, bam. The blanket was dirty. Beat the heck out of them. Blood all over. Says next time, put it down. She was tired. She went into the kitchen, put on the light in the kitchen, got some nice cold water to drink. It serves them right. Stupid man. You want to cheat on me? Useless man. Which other words would you use? Worthless man. Stupid idiot. Ignoramus. Non-entity. Momo. I will beat your thing out. All of a sudden, in the room, as she's drinking the ice cold water, bam, somebody opens the kitchen door. Oh, honey, you're home. Who is this? Okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize you come this early. How are you doing? How's your day? I missed you. And now she's holding the water, she's frozen. An angel has come. I says, sorry. Something happened. I was trying to reach you earlier. I couldn't get you on your phone. We have some visitors. So your parents came in. And because we did not know they are coming, we did not prepare the guest room. So I've given them our room. And then I'm hoping we can just, chuck around because, you put all your stuff in the guest room and it was very difficult to pack them very quickly. So your parents have taken our room. Don't worry, you and I, look, we have been even wanting to go on a honeymoon. So there's a hotel next door we're going to. I've already booked the room, the honeymoon suite just for the two of us. So what happened here?
She collapsed.
What did she go through? Trauma and shock, all based on what?
Perception.
She acted only on what she saw or what she thought she knew. How she saw the situation. What may or may not have been happening, we don't know.
Exactly.
But in this particular situation, this is how she saw the situation. She could have, okay, now you can release your...
Yeah, it was shocking,
Breathing. You see what women do to men sometimes? They just knock him out of the equation. He was the same man in the pushed him out. Oh my goodness, my commiserations. Women can knock us out like that. They just knocked him out, pushed him away. Colleagues, your perception of any situation cannot necessarily be the only perception. So take your time and always look for at least one or two other viewpoints. No matter what, look for at least one or two other viewpoints before you take a decision. Before you take what? Action. Don't take action before you take what? Decision. You must take a decision. And even the beautiful thing about negotiating reality is that you must realize that your decision in itself is still relative. Because I have decided after listening to these 5 people that this is the situation. But I must be ready. At least 10% of my decision can be wrong, isn't it? So even as you continue to implement things based on your decision, you must be ready to still go back to your decision and re-evaluate. That is a concept of what? Negotiating reality. Are we happy? Yes. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know it, stop your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stop your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stop your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know it, turn around. If you're happy and you know it, turn around. If you're happy and you know it, turn around. If you're happy and you know and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know it, say I want you all to come and stand in the square of your first preferred energy.
Where is the energy?
It requires you to stretch your energies. The good news is that when you stretch into this energy, you are still relatively okay. Isn't it? How are you feeling right now? You're still good. It's fine for you. Think about all the things that these energies represent. Or from the cards that I gave you. You're still okay to stretch. That means that human beings have the potential to stretch. We can stretch and do things that we don't like to do, but we do. And sometimes those things that bring us a little bit of a stress, a little bit of pain, can sometimes be the sweetest things in life. But then sometimes you need to stretch a little bit more. So you go to your third energy. Go to your third preferred energy. So how does this energy make you feel? A bit stressed, eh? A bit more stressed than usual. You're like, something happens and you have to use this energy and you're not feeling too good. Sometimes you feel like you're being suppressed or you're being too much on the high, isn't it?
Move from your comfort zone.
Too much from your comfort zone. You're like, ah. The thing about human beings is that you can still stretch this far. The problem is that if you don't know your first preferred energy, and you are forced to stretch this far, sometimes it becomes too stressful that elasticity is almost breaking. Okay. Those of you who did economics, elasticity of energies. Because you are stretching it. You are stretching it. Eh? It's like the elastic in some of our garments. That we may not say. Like you are stretching it. You are stretching it. And then sometimes you need to get to your fourth energy, your least preferred energy. Move to your least preferred energy. Everybody belongs to that. It's their perception. It's their perception. Are you realizing where you are now? If you are forced to use this energy, you feel like the world is banging you up. Your head is, you even have migraine.
You can read her face even.
You can read her face even. It's like somebody is forcing you to party all night long and you're like, they want you to just be out there in front of everybody speaking constantly. And you're like, somebody just wants you to all be so nice and cute and patient with people when you want them to be done fast. Let's move on. Good. And somebody wants you to be all analytical.
It's a video, so it's running. Okay.
And then here people just want you to just scream at people or just move like that. That's not what I prefer. The fact is that you can still stretch into this level, but you must know how to make yourself comfortable after. Because if you don't take care and you don't plan for how to get back into your first preferred energy, then it will be like now the elastic inside your garment is now over. And it will fall down. Don't be too worried that it will fall down. It will fall down right now. You're ready? Are we okay? Yeah. This is it. So at any point when we feel that our energies are being stretched into these areas, we should have a strategy for how to bring us back to what? Our first energy. Sometimes you are stressed like this, then you go home and you say, look, let me just take a bottle of Coca-Cola. Or some wine. Or some fake wine. Non-alcoholic wine. She does what coffee.
Or towel.
She doesn't take fake stuff. Perception. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. We all have fake things we take to make ourselves happy. So move back to your first preferred energy.
Mixing up again.
How are you feeling now? Good, huh? Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. But sometimes when we are in our first preferred energy, we take it for granted. That we know ourselves. And that people see us just the way we feel. And so we have a perception that we are okay. But at any point in time, people have a different, or may have a different perception of ourselves from what we have. Are we okay? Yes. Sometimes, let's take the yellow energies, for instance. When we get to yellow energy. Where do you want us to go first?
Yellow.
Well, somebody has made an express request. Let's go to green energy. Now, sometimes in green energy, we ask ourselves, who are we? And what is our perception of ourselves? And so, Now put it up and you read your perception of yourself. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes in green energy we think we are what? Listen to them. Go ahead, read everything. We are what?
Thoughtful, supportive, empathetic, attentive, tactful, steady, unassuming, committed, caring, appreciative, understanding.
Beautiful. That is what they think of themselves. The rest of us, you can all try and read it together for them. Some of you can come here. What do you think about those with green energies? They are
Obstinate, slow, undecided, stubborn, submissive, morose, disapproving, unforgiving, resentful, passive, hesitant, and listless.
It is just the same green energy.
No.
Are we okay?
Yes. Change the color to be red.
The same. They are reading just the same. But you are seeing what they think.
Change the color to be red.
Are we okay? We must start then asking ourselves.
Try the blue.
I think I am patient and what will people
Change the color.
thinking you are too stubborn. Let's go to the opposite side of green energy. For red energy, we think we are
Decisive,
proactive, passionate, focused,
assured, direct, bold, achieving, brave, persistent, striving, forthright. These
very
are
beautiful attributes, isn't it? Very, very positive attributes. But then for us, sometimes the opposite side, what do we think are our impressions of people showing red energy? They are what?
Insensitive, arrogant, impatient, self-opinionated, controlling, domineering, aggressive, hot-tempered, restless, inconsiderate, reckless, and dismissive.
Even as we are thinking of ourselves and our own perception of ourselves, there are always two sides to the coin, isn't it? If we don't ask people what they think of us, we might never know, so that we can work on it.
We are not arrogant.
Yes. But if you don't, you see the first thing, no, we are not arrogant. The first thing is to always be defensive about what people say. But the question is, take your time and ask them more. You remember the second dimension exercise? Ask them more. Oh, thank you for telling me that I'm arrogant. Will you kindly give me some more examples of situations when you thought I was arrogant? Because the person might also be wrong. Maybe they thought or they defined it as arrogance, but maybe you saw it and defined it as something else. Don't get angry or defensive about it. No. Just take your time and say, thank you very much for telling me this, for giving me this feedback. Can you elaborate more? Give him a high five. But what about blue energy?
Let's see a blue.
Sometimes blue energy, we know and believe that we are
Factual, careful, quiet, conventional, organized, deep thinking, logical, self-disciplined, meticulous, reflective, analytical, and conscientious.
Those are beautiful attributes, eh? And we all agree with them. We all agree with them. However, sometimes we see them as
preoccupied, remote, over-exciting, unenthusiastic, distant, rigid, conformist, skeptical, overcritical, cold, unbelieving, and resistant.
we all appreciate that we all come with great energy. But those good energies that we have may be seen in different ways. Just when we are being critical, we are being observant and making sure that we are all doing the right thing, sometimes it may be seen as being too cold or being too critical and unenthusiastic and resistant to change. Good and potential areas of growth, isn't it? And then, for yellow energy, definitely, we see ourselves as
animated, lively, engaging, optimistic, entertaining.
We can do
articulate, expressive, energetic, creative, persuasive, friendly, and spirited. We all agree with that, isn't it? We agree with that. Everybody agrees that you are like that. But sometimes people also see us as
Put it down. Passive, selfish, shallow, frantic, showy, noisy, careless,
How are you feeling right now? I hope we are learning something from each other. The first and second dimension are important. For the second dimension, listening to people of what they think of us, we must actually take joy in it. Although sometimes it may sound painful.
It's hurting
No
sometimes.
joy. But we cannot listen to people if we are not silent. If you do Scrabble, you realize that the same words in listening are the same letters in silence.
Okay.
Listen, silence.
Listen and silent. The same letters change around. But you must listen to people and say, thank you. Thank you. Although this is painful, can you please tell me more?
Yes.
That way, you realize that even though you thought you were pissed off with what they've said, they've actually given you a way to grow. Are we okay? Yes. That is the beauty of life. And then sometimes we have to take our own matter and say, look, how can I grow? Let's now get into the 10th dimension. We're going to go to our tables, and then we are all going to open to page number 9 and our notebooks, and I'll give you some assignments to take home, and very quickly, and we'll have our last conversation before I leave you. Give you this sheet. I've made a disclaimer. What was the disclaimer I said? Please repeat that.
I'm sorry, some people might not be there.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah. I said this is just a sample. Don't worry, we'll print a fresh one for you.
Okay.
Yes. This particular type of team map that we use, everybody's here. Each one of you is here. It's just that, as you see, some of the marks are going up, but it's hiding behind some people.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are going to generate a new one. They clicked on the wrong button to print. Yes. So I'm going to generate a new one. Each of you, it will be printed. You will see each one of you, your names there. Okay? And it will be sent to all of you from the office.
Okay.
But let's use this as a principle just for the discussion. Are we okay?
Yes.
You all know where you are. When you choose your first energy, you all know the first energy, you know the quadrant in which you will be. So what do we see? What is our general observation about this particular team map?
Most are in blue or green?
There are more people in green than in any other quadrant, isn't it?
Yes.
So if this was a human being, if this was the energy of one human being, it means that when you arrange the cards, their first energy will be what? Green. Followed by which one? Blue. Followed by? Red. And then followed by? Yellow. So yellow and red is pretty much almost the same. So green energy brings a lot of strengths, isn't it? Yes. What are some of the strengths of green energy? Empathetic. Yes. Concern about things in the society and each other. Yeah. Supportive. Patience. Good. Now, with all these strengths can come up with areas of potential growth, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges or areas of growth with green energy? Too easygoing. Sometimes too informal. You don't like paperwork. What else?
Yes, it's true.
No, it's okay. Yes. Sometimes, well, it's not about intolerant, but stubborn. In the fact that, yes, this is how I like things to be done. I don't want you to come and tell me. Don't give me instructions. Don't tell me what to do. Don't push me to do things. I'll do it in my own time.
And yet deadline is approaching.
And yet deadline is approaching. And you they know. We know that deadline is approaching by because you have come to tell me. Yes, I will not receive instructions from you. Okay. In each energy, we have strengths and we have areas of potential growth. Now imagine that a lot of us have a lot of green energy. What do you think this organization is going to be like? Deadlines are not met. Goals are not met. We are doing things, but we don't articulate it down somewhere. Yes, don't do it. I mean, it's in my head.
Yes.
Imagine procedures. Yeah, it's in my head, I know. And when you step on my toes, you have really upset me. But tell me what I have upset you about.
Yes.
I'll not tell you. You should know. You should know how to communicate with me. No, tell me how to, because a problem. So as an organization, this could be a strength and an area of potential growth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same with blue energy. Blue energy, the strengths are what? Analytical, or trying to be objective, factual, focused. We want to just do what is there, Okay, and what could be some of the challenges, some of the areas of potential growth? A bit too rigid sometimes. No, procedure number 813. The budget is this.
We can't change it.
What else? Well, maybe this one is too much planning. Yes. No time or over planning. They take all the time thinking and not saying what they are thinking. Are we okay? Sometimes just to keep to yourself too much without seeing what is happening. If I piss you off, hey, blue energy, they're upset but not saying why they're upset, or not even saying that they're upset. Green energy, they'll tell you that they're upset but they'll not tell you why. Blue energy, they will not even tell you they're upset because the face is the same. But they are boiling inside. Isn't it?
Yes.
That can be a problem if we are an organization or a team like that, isn't it? Then we come to red energy. Our third energy. We have very little of it. So we've already said what the challenges could be. We don't push ourselves enough. We don't drive it, etc. Yellow energy, we don't have a lot of it. It means we are not even fun. We get together, we don't want to have fun. Everybody just want to learn, finish, go and sleep. Where is it? Creativity could be a challenge, isn't it? Lack of a lot of yellow energy. But the fact is that we have equal amounts of all the energies in this group. So let's say we need more blue energy. Apart from the people in the blue quadrant, who else can we call on to give us more blue energy? Look on the map. There's some people who have a lot of blue, but they are not in the blue quadrant. Who else can we call on? Who? Mention the name. Don't worry. Just mention the person's name. Who?
Peter Peace.
Let Chukiri or Tukori.
Amiable.
Sokiri.
Peter Peace down there.
Yes. Peter. Julius.
Risa.
Salah. Modon. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
So you are seeing that although they are in green energy, they also have blue. Even some of the people in yellow energy. Look there, Zipporah, Gordon, Regina. Go to red energy, you see a lot of people with blue energy, isn't it? So when you want to do something that requires a lot of blue energy, apart from those in the blue energy, you go to these guys and speak to them in the way they prefer. So somebody is in yellow energy, the opposite of blue, isn't it? Yeah. But you know they have a lot of blue energy. You have to speak to them in yellow energy. You have to speak to them in the way they prefer, so that they will be amenable to what? Giving you the kind of energy. We need some red energy. Apart from these 4 people in the red quadrant, who else can we go to and tell them, oh, I beg you, give me some more red energy? Good. So you see, even those in the opposite of red, you go to, you imagine you go to Abel. Where's Abel? You go to Abel. And see, Abel prefers to be spoken to in a green energy way, isn't it? And you have to appeal to Abel's loyalty with the principles and values. And say, Abel, we need to get ABCD done. But you know, we don't have time. And if we push ourselves and we get this done, a lot of people will be saved. And the entire organization, people will be happy and we will appreciate you for that. Abel will jump up and give you so much red energy. Push everybody to get this done. Although red energy is not her number one preference, she will push because now you have appealed to that side of her. But if you go to Abel and say, Abel, you need to do this and I need it done by tomorrow.
I will not do it.
Hey, wait for me to finish. But are you getting it?
Yes.
Because she prefers green energy, if you go to her straight with red energy, the red energy you want, she will not give it to you. I want red energy from her. I must cloak the red energy that I want from her in the blue energy that she prefers. Communicate to her in the way she prefers so that she can give you more red energy. But on the other side, if you are going to speak to Judith, if you are going to speak to Judith about getting something done in red energy, you don't need to go and beat about the bush. Say, Judith, there are 3 things that are needed by next week. As you know, we need back, and it needs to be done in such a way that everybody is on board. Can you handle it?
Consider it done.
Bam. But if you go to Judith and then you are like, oh Judith, you know, nowadays things are difficult. And then she'll be like, get on with it. You know, let's just do it. Are you okay?
Yes.
We are going to give each one of you this tool. With a snapshot, you can see a snapshot of everybody there. The next time you are picking up a phone to call somebody, you open your browser, your composed message, you are going to write an email to somebody. Take a moment. Ask yourself, what are these persons' preferred energies? No matter how difficult the email you want to write, take a moment, take a pause, have some what? Are we okay? And look at it. And when you look at it, say, oh, this person prefers a lot of red energy, then go to your page number what? 15. or 16, 17 or 18, get a clue
Yes, on how to
as to
write.
how that person prefers to be communicated to. And I can assure you, no matter how difficult the conversation you are going to have with that man or woman, or friend, or frenemy, or spouse, or
What is that?
side dish. I've not heard that name before. Side dish. Like dish. On the side, eh? Mission support. What kind of mission support? Home and away. Away man. Okay, please don't destroy my innocence. All I know is just me. That's all. I am single. Look at the Silvat is very happy. He's excited.
We are confirmed you're single.
Perceptions. Perceptions.
Yes.
This is the problem when people are having perceptions. Do you know what means? Ask and you shall receive an answer. But not now. Seek! So colleagues, we have come to the almost end of this program.
Oh, too early.
After I know, I will have really loved to do more. And I'm hoping that very soon we will find ourselves back together again. And we will go into details around this. We are going to give you all an email. Will start going out today or tomorrow to all of you.
Okay.
And you get my email address in it.
Okay.
Are we okay? You will receive a copy of your profile report in soft copy.
Good.
So that you can start working. Some of you want to send it out to several people to give you feedback. Feel free. Extract those pages, send it out. You can even do your own Google form for people to be writing and give you feedback.
Yes.
Are we okay?
Yes.
That's one. Number two, we will redo this and send to all of you. And we'll add those who even just joined and got their profiles today.
Okay.
You will see it all. You get even you see for those who are not here, those in the main UNFPA team, etc. We are doing one large team up for all of you.
Okay.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
So that you are all together on it. You can find a strategy to talk to everybody. The third point is that over the next 2 or 3 months, feel free. If you want to have a short conversation, up to 1 hour, call it as part of our virtual support program, our virtual coaching program. Just write an email to clarity40@vmvictors.com, the email that is sent to you. Just reply to it, change the subject and say request for virtual coaching.
Okay.
Virtual coaching.
Yes.
And we will assign you a Clarity 4D certified practitioner, certified coach, who will arrange via Skype or Zoom or whatever, or even WhatsApp video or WhatsApp thing, so that you can have a conversation about your development plan. Are we okay?
Yes.
Twice. Only 2 sessions for free.
Okay.
You can, of course, sign up for a full coaching program with a Clarity 4D certified coach. It doesn't cost that much.
Okay.
Just about $500. For the entire coaching package. Yes. Coaching, this is the cheapest coaching program you can have.
Question, what is this? Why I say Diversify?
Let me finish. Thirdly, yes, I know some of you would like to be Clarity 4D trainers and coaches one day, isn't it?
Yes. God, this is interesting.
Yes, like people want to beat me.
I wanted to know really.
We have the license to certify people across Africa.
Okay, good.
Clarity 4D. It's one of the greatest tools I have ever come across. And so versatile. Used for youth development, for coaching, for training people, for communication, for leadership, etc. That could be a whole career for you.
Yeah.
Please write to me and we'll give you various options for accreditation.
Okay.
So that you are accredited, you'll be given all the tools, all the props and things to enable you to do it. That could be a future for some of you.
Good.
For that. And I'll give you a very special discount for
Good.
that at 1%. Finally, I know a lot of you have questions about B1, B2, B3.
Yes, GLC.
That is not for you right now.
Oh.
Only certified coaches will understand.
Oh.
Yes, because
That's why
but I'll show you one bit of it. I don't read all your profiles, but I can get an understanding of who you are just by that. So if you mention what is your profile on the cover of your own profile report, R2, I know definitely that your first energy is red, your second energy is green, and because it is 2, your third will be there, and your fourth is that.
Again?
G5.
G5, your first energy is green. Your first energy is green. Your fourth one is here. Your least one is red.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Your second is here, and your third is around. Okay, so you get there.
Okay.
The first letter, if it is G, it means it's green.
Okay.
If it's B, it's blue.
Yeah.
If it's white, it's yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. The other ones will just give the coach. So usually when you get your clients for the coach, all they need is your code, and they'll figure out a general definition about you.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter for you right now. It's not something that will change your life. You get it? But it will give you an idea of where people are placed on the map.
Okay.
Yes. It has different things. Like those with 1 or 2, you have a very, very special, only about 10% of the world's population. Yes.
I'm favored, you know it.
Now, about 60% of the world's population will have something 5 or 6. That is a normal distribution.
Okay.
Normal.
All of us.
With that one, it means your first energy is directly opposite to your fourth energy.
Okay.
So you see, the opposite of yellow is what? Blue. The opposite of green is what?
Red.
So if you have 5 or 6, it means you are following the normal general distribution curve. If you have 3 or 4, it means that your least energy is an adjacent energy. So sometimes people make a bit of mistake in terms of their perceptions about you. That's all. But it means you can stretch a little bit more into your opposite energy. 1 and 2, about 30% of people are like that. 1 and 2, just about 10% of the world's population. They are having opposing energies very close together. That can be quite confusing, isn't it? You are hot and cold at the same time. Now, what that does for a lot of people is that sometimes they get into conflict. People can't read them very well. It's like, are you?
Exactly.
Yeah, are you hot? Are you cold? It can cause a lot of confusion, but it is a gift beyond recognition. The unfortunate thing with societies is that we want people all to be normal into 5 and 6. So we force, especially when you are children, we are forcing the children to behave like in that normal distribution. And if you don't take care, people's spirits are broken in that way. And they say, as for me, I'm not going to use that on other energy at all. No. We need to encourage people to explore, because everybody's personality is perfect in its own sense.
Yes.
Are we okay?
Yes.
Good. Hopefully, maybe one of these days, the discussions will bring some of the supervisors, etc. This particular thing I've just said, we do that in the trainings so that they can be able to proper coach, guide, and supervise their team.
Okay.
With that said, I'd like to say a big thank you to you all. I would like you to please mark the evaluation form there. You see, this is a very simple evaluation form, especially because you are all in the field. Please take a marker, all of you. You can distribute the markers to people. Everybody should get one. And all you do, you are marking under content, methodology, and atmosphere. Are you happy? Are you indifferent, or are you sad about content, methodology, and atmosphere? You just come and you mark. If you are happy, just tick here. And the methodology, tick. And the atmosphere, you tick. Whether you are happy, indifferent, or sad. Like that. This is anonymous. I will not look. So please feel free to do that.
You can go and sit down. Don't look at it.
I am going away. I already started packing. And thank you very much. If you have any questions, I have 5 more minutes before I dash out of here.
Everybody ready now? Yes, very good. Let me see. I'll take these fingers straight. Let me see now. Everybody's awake. Everybody's awake. Everybody's awake. Everybody's ready.
Already grabbing my
Everybody's ready. Everybody's awake. Everybody wanted to catch a finger.
It was not yet.
I've not said anything yet.
So you are cheating, eh? You are all cheating.
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything. All right, that's it. Everybody's awake, right? Everybody. No one is sleeping. So you're ready? Yes. You're sure? Yes. Wake up.